Hello, Sagittarius. This is Tarot Queen Jamila. I am here to do your money forecast for March 2017. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel because I do regularly upload to this channel. Also, make sure that you check out the links in the video description box, and you'll find my website and other contact information if you want a reading or other energy work or ritual work, okay? All right, so I am going to look at current, and then we'll look at the remainder of February, and then we'll look at March, okay? So I'm just going to call to the spirits for the Sagittarians. All right, so show me what is the current energies that are going to go into March, and then show me the end of February as the past, and then beginning of March, middle of March, and then end of March. Okay. All right, so Sagittarians, right now you got the Five of Pentacles. This is sort of the energies now, or sort of what you're going to take into March. Not good at all. Five of Pentacles sort of means somebody is lost. They've lost their way. Kind of feel as though they don't have enough, to cover everything. It's not necessarily the best energy, but it looks like you got the Ace of Pentacles and at the end of February. So I kind of feel like this represents maybe a purchase, maybe a large purchase. So I feel like you have been sort of spending it just as fast as you get it. So I get that the Ace of Pentacles does represent some sort of financial bonus or reward. I do see a majority of you Sagittarians sort of making this major purchase, probably right now or probably towards the end of February. So that's why I kind of feel as though with the Ace of Pentacles, I'm not, it's with the Five of Pentacles being next to it, it doesn't necessarily mean that you overspent, but that it just may be the feeling that you have, because maybe a majority of you Sagittarius has made a major purchase, whether or not it was a car, whether or not it was a house, whether or not it was a home improvement. You're sort of feeling like, damn it, so this is sort of the energies that you're taking in. Now, the card that you get to represent the beginning of March is the Tower. I'm feeling like the Tower is representing, it's representing you possibly saving money or sort of changing directions when it comes to money. And you can tell because the middle of March, you got the Two of Swords. So I feel like the Tower card represents is some sort of false indoctrination, some sort of association that I feel like you're going to sort of walk away from. I feel like the beginning of March is going to be this humongous change for a lot of Sagittarians. I feel like some of you may leave your jobs. Some of you may go to a different job. Some of you may let go of some business associates that you feel possibly are stealing your money. You may find out the first week of March or the first beginning of March, and I will throw your dice, that someone may have been, stealing money from you or something, or just not being honest, just not being, just not being honest with you. And it is something about your finances, and, it's just kind of like You know, maybe maybe your tax preparer is gonna do something. You know, I feel like this is you walking away and saving up your money. Now the Two of Swords comes in the middle. So I feel like things are going to get split in the middle for you. I feel like a crossroads is going to open up for you. I feel like that represents a new opportunity. I feel like it represents choices for you. So I do feel like those choices are going to cause a burden. Because you got the Ten of Wands. Now the Ten of Wands is actually pretty positive. Ten of Wands represents your fire energy to overcome. But I do feel like there is a burden that's being casted over you. I really do. I feel like there's some sort of burden. I feel like the Ten of Wands represents the end of March, sort of being a month where you're trying to play catch up. I see a lot of hard work in the Ten of Wands, though. I really do. I see a lot of support from your loved ones, but I just see maybe it's gonna, just the way that it sort of reads to me is with the Tower, the Two of Swords, and the Ten of Wands. I feel like this is a change in jobs. I feel like it's a change. What I'm a little bit concerned about is the Ten of Wands being a result of that decision. The Two of Swords represents a decision that you're going to make in the middle of the month. I don't know if it's going to be the best decision because the Ten of Wands comes up. So I'm not going to throw any clarifiers. You know, I kind of think that maybe the job that you're going to go to is probably better than the situation that you're in now. So you may want to, you know, because I do see an opportunity coming up with this Two of Swords. And it does seems like it's an opportunity for more money. And I feel like it's probably something that you're looking for. I feel like the Ten of Wands is representing, you know, you overcoming this financial burden. Because I do feel like it could be a new purchase that you made. So just keep in mind with the Ten of Wands that, you know, there's going to be problems, you know, whatever job you go to. You want to choose your battles, the Ten of Wands, you know, and just make sure that you are making the right decisions, you know. So again, with the Ten of Wands, I do feel like that is positive. But I do see a change in direction. I do see a change in jobs. I do feel like the job that you're going to, it is going to be a certain amount of stress, but it is better than what you have now. Because right now, I feel like, you know, it's kind of like, you're just like, what? Is this my paycheck? Are you serious? You know how when you get your paycheck and you're like, So... And I do feel as though, you know, this is an increase in bills. You know, maybe you just recently picked up a car payment, maybe a house note. Okay. So it seems like it was definitely a major purchase that set you back a little. But I think that if you can just, you know, you'll actually build yourself back up pretty quickly. I do kind of feel as though maybe there are other options for you. I don't necessarily feel like you have to leave one burden to go to another. So I will tell you that. So anyway, that is your financial outlook. I am seeing sort of things being a little bit down right now. But I do feel like there's going to be this, you know, avalanche of change that's going to come through. In March, it's going to come through the universe. It is going to be an opportunity that's going to come up, probably several opportunities, or maybe a couple. So the Ten of Wands comes up, letting me know that maybe instead of you taking the position that is less money and less stress, you're going to take the position that has a lot of stress that's more money. I think that it's going to literally be just a few dollars more. I'm just not even kidding you. So I do feel like you are going to have a couple of choices. Okay? And I feel like you don't want to necessarily choose the one that you feel makes a couple of more dollars if it's going to cause you headache and strain. So, I think that there's actually going to be a couple of choices. I think that you don't have to necessarily choose right away. You don't, just because you're offered a position, don't necessarily mean that you have to take it. So, anyway, I do see a fork in the road. I do see one road being better than the other, but I do see another choice that's sort of, in between there. That is another choice. So, anyway, if you're a Sagittarius and this reading resonates with you, let me know. Let me go ahead and throw your dice. All right, spirits for the Sagittarius, please show me lucky day of the month, and then also lucky numbers. So the 13th, ooh, let me see what day of the week that lands on. Where's my calendar? Where is the calendar when you need one? I'll open this up. Maybe it'll bring up a calendar. So the 13th, I want to see what day of the week that lands on. It's a Monday. So you got some good luck coming up on the 13th of Monday. I feel as though this is when you're going to really be feeling the funk of your current job, and you're going to get some sort of phone call. Also, I feel like on the 11th and the 7th. Also, another number that stands out is 25. And 56, 25, 56. So those numbers could be in a row too, 5, 5, 6. So anyway, that is your reading. Good luck, Sagittarius. I hope you guys, make the best decision. If you need some help making that decision, you can always come and get a reading. Make sure that you hit the sub button and that you thumbs up. And I'll see you later. Namaste.